For the few in attendance and the dozens watching around the world, you are listening to another episode of One Glove.
Welcome back to One Glove Podcast. I'm Zaff.
Mona.
And that's Ninja Stitch behind the keyboard. This is going to be a fight recap for the Wonderboy and Showtime fights.
Yeah, good fight.
Good fight, you reckon?
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah. The ending was unexpected, right?
Yeah, man. Like Pettis was having a bit of trouble with the range, and like this Wonderboy kind of popping in and is it Swonder?
Wonderboy?
Oh, is that German for wonder?
I don't know.
Wonder Kid? Oh, they call him Wonder Kid, right?
We'll just call him Wonderboy, yeah.
Okay, so he's popping in and out, really light footwork, popping him with that jab, catching him with those jabs, changing stance. It's always real awkward, but Pettis was doing the right thing and like tagging his leg, chopping that leg, and when he changed stance, kept chopping and just went to the other side.
His legs were getting pretty tagged up at the end, but he didn't seem too affected by it, but he did stop popping as much towards the end of the rounds.
Yeah.
And then...
to tell you the truth, what I thought Pettis was going to do was I thought he was just going to bail him up against the cage and just start wailing.
Just wailing, yeah.
Like
because his hands are so low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a really sharp jab and all the rest of it.
And
Wonder Kid had a really sharp jab.
Wonderboy.
And like I said before, like really fast footwork on the way in.
Yeah.
Catch him with the jab, come out. And he's got amazing kicks as well.
Yeah, he uses that kick like a jab.
Well, yeah. So one of the things you can do to negate that is to close the distance, really, like bail him up and almost like a boxing range.
Yeah.
Start bailing him up, latch onto him, tie him up.
And Wonderboy's hands are always down here.
Yeah, his hands are really down. So, really low, I should say. But that's not the way it went. It was actually a really cool surprise ending, and he jumped off the cage and Superman punch.
And it's funny because you were actually just telling me about that off the cage Superman punch that Pettis has done in the past, I think.
Yeah.
And then pulls it out on this one. There was also the Curtis Blaydes and Justin Willis fight.
Yeah.
That was just
domination.
Just 3 rounds of getting dominated. He did not know how to handle Blaydes.
Using his wrestling background to the fullest.
Just the fullest. He's so well rounded and is just like control of the cage.
Yeah.
You know?
Like he just took Willis's back and just stayed
on
there.
it.
Need the hammies. Oh, that looks so.
Oh man, yeah, just getting kneed right there on like the ham and like right on the side of that hip. You could see he was feeling it. He was trying to just take the impact with his hand at one point.
Yeah, but it was just full domination, and just did the right thing throughout the whole fight.
Yeah.
Just took the back. I'm surprised he didn't go for any chokes or anything like that, but Willis kind of tied his hands up a little bit here and there.
I think his game plan was to just wear him down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what the wrestlers are good at. They're just good at the grind, wearing you down, and eventually just, taking advantage of when you're just drained.
Willis is a knockout artist, right?
I believe he is a knockout artist.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, he's definitely much more of like a just striking based kind of.
He had a very high kind of stance in that fight, which I found quite surprising.
And against someone who's a wrestler and who likes to shoot in for the takedowns, the high stance, man. Unless like you said, unless you can throw a quick knee, which Willis probably not the quickest on knees.
It makes sprawling really hard.
Yeah,
because you're so high. And
you got so much like range that you have to move your hips to just sprawl out.
But great job in controlling the fight throughout all the rounds.
It
gave him a couple of sneaky punches around the side, and it was a really good fight. And I think we've answered that rivalry.
And even it became apparent very quickly within the first round. You're like, we can see what's going to happen.
This is going to be.
And there was a point in time it almost looked like he was going to do what he did to Alice Overeem and just kind of
elbow him.
Elbow him inside getting in, but he actually stayed more on like almost like a side control on top, and then just started kneeing that hip. Like, man, you could just see after the first round, it was getting to him so quickly.
Yeah. It was a really good, just a good utilization of his skills, of his wrestling skills. Willis probably go back to the drawing board Start
Yeah,
working on a ground game or
I think
refining the ground game a little bit more.
Well, not even necessarily ground game. It's just like takedown defense is probably something that he needs to work on.
Yeah, like it reminded me of a fight of old school fight, Mark Kerr and Igor Vonschanshin, I think his name is, or Igor was his first name anyway. This was a time where it was either you're a wrestler or a striker.
Yeah.
And Mark Kerr was a wrestler. He was he's a kickboxer by trade.
Oh, yep.
And Mark was just annihilating everybody.
Yeah.
And Igor ended up winning that fight by learning a sprawl and kneeing him square in the face and knocking the big man out. One of the people came up to Igor afterwards. He goes, "Man, like, how did you feel about his wrestling and grappling background coming into the fight?" And he said, "I don't need to be a specialist in wrestling. All I need to know is what I'm looking at. So when people drop their body and their posture as he comes in, I need to identify what he's doing and act accordingly."
Yeah.
So we worked on a sprawl.
And that's all you needed.
And that's
It's
just to negate.
one of the biggest things on takedown defense is make sure they don't get your hips, right? And then just keep that distance, keep it open. They close that distance and take control of your hips.
Well, and Blaydes, you know, with those big belly to back suplexes, like just
my gosh, he ragdolled him.
and just like
That guy's
what,
probably 120 kilos,
something like that, and he just did what he wanted.
Oh, it's brutal.
Know? But there was just no kind of defense or counter moves to try and counteract.
Yeah, like you could see he was just looking at his corner like,
what do
I need to know what to do. I can't think of anything what to do right now. Like,
so, but a bit of a learning curve for Willis. Go back to the drawing board and start working on those things, those holes, and hopefully it'll come out better out for him, because all they can do is get better.
Yeah,
you know, and
unless you stagnate and you don't pay attention, you're like, make excuses, which most of these fighters won't be doing. You know,
they won't be doing it. If you want to progress and you want to get better, then you learn the whole game. So a lot of work to do in Willis's corner, but I'm sure he'll get there. He seems like a nice lad.
And then there was that fight before Curtis Blaydes and Willis. Now that
was
you could tell the crowd was just not enjoying it.
How do you say his name? Dakesa.
Mark Des. Can you
could you scroll down?
Can you just scroll down on that page? We're just gonna see. Yeah, Mark Des. See
Mark Desi and Jesus Pinedo.
Jesus.
I'm because he's from Peru. I'm assuming you say Jesus.
Oh, okay. See, like Mark Desi was actually trying to do some stuff, right?
He was pressing the action,
and Pinedo was running the whole time.
Really funny, floppy kind of.
Yeah, and then you actually got angry at one point because he was like calling out Makdessi like, come on, you know, let's do this type of thing.
And he didn't do anything.
And then didn't do anything and started running away and backing away straight away.
What are you up to, Jesus?
Yeah, I don't know. His record's 16-4-1.
Wow.
So it's been working for him, but
I don't think he utilized his reach enough. I think he ran away too much. If I was Makdessi, I'd try and cut the angle. We were talking about before. Jesus would circle out because he's circle into he would circle into
his left side
to John's right side.
Yeah.
So as he was doing that, if I was John, I'd try and shoot that angle as he was coming around and try and catch him as he was moving
with the right hook,
with a right hook or something like that. But not a very stylistic fight, not a very entertaining fight to watch. There's not much.
And there was points in time when Makdessi grabbed him, he had thrown him, had him on the ground, and he didn't follow through. They wanted to just strike the whole time. It was very obvious.
No, Makdessi wanted to strike.
Yeah, Makdessi wanted to strike. No,
Jesus wanted to
just have a play around, high five a few times, you know.
How you doing? Yeah. You're in UFC, man. Yeah. You got to make something happen, you know.
Now, the unexpected fight of the night for us was sorry, man. I gotta. Can you scroll up? I can't quite remember her name. It's Barber
and
Macy
Aldrich.
Barber and JJ Aldrich. Now, we were both surprised at the ending of that one because Macy Barber won, but JJ Aldrich was controlling that fight the whole time.
Just had her number, man.
Yeah.
Just had her number.
And
perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Knew the distance really well. Like there was kicks and she didn't move 4 steps back. She just slide and back in. And just knew, really calm, caught the kicks real easy, knew the distance.
I liked the right hand counter off the leg kick.
Yeah.
Which she dropped Barbara in the first round.
She really knocked it with that one.
So there was she wore the kick, but I don't think there was much on the kick.
No, I don't think
And then she just stepped in straight right hand and boom.
Yeah.
Caught her on the way back. Barbara was able to scramble and get back to the feet quite fast. But that was basically what was happening in the fight. Barbara would come in, try and jig her way in and get counted on the way in or counted on the way out.
Yeah.
It was solid hands by Aldrich, and I really enjoyed that fight. I was quite
impressed with that fight, yeah.
But as we all know, anything can happen in the fight game, and it only takes one punch, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, a lucky punch.
Well, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Barbara throws the right. I don't even know it was a straight. I thought it was a kind of a hook kind of punch.
Yeah, it's kind of like a. It wasn't quite a straight. It wasn't quite a hook. It's kind of in between.
Kind of looped around, caught Aldrich, and then bailed her up against the cage and unloaded the heavy artillery on
she
it.
definitely capitalized on the fact that she had it rocked, but. Man, that's not how I saw that fight ending. I saw JJ Aldrich either knocking her out or winning by points. Definitely by points if he went to the end, right?
She was winning the fight up until that
moment. And it was
punch.
10 seconds and then it was over. I will say Macy Barber's now 7-0. So she's been doing something right. And Aldrich is now 7-3-0, I think it is.
Yeah.
But in terms of striking, at least for that match, she was the better striker.
Oh, definitely the better striker. More calculated, more patient.
Yeah, very patient.
Just had the number. But when you chuck a spanner in the works, and I think that's what Barbara did. She just, okay, I'm getting caught. I think she just threw caution to the wind. And just have one of those.
For it, yeah.
And it paid off. Yeah, so that was it was a good fight. Not to try and rip Barbara down, but I don't think that punch was calculated.
Intended. No, I think it was Hail Mary kind of.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It was awesome. And poured on the pressure afterwards and came away with the big W.
That's where she did the right thing. She didn't go, oh, I got it, and then she didn't actually stop and then try to figure out what was going. She went straight in, capitalized, put it on the fence, and then I think she got a square in the nose. I think that's what happened. When she was on the fence, Barbara got Aldrich square in the nose, and that's why Aldrich covered up, and she was like, I'm done. She must have, either that or it was an orbital thing.
Yeah.
Because she looked like she was in a lot of pain after one hit, and it wasn't like I got dazzled. It was something's wrong, kind of.
Actually, one thing about all those fights, bar the Blaydes and Willis fight, is none of them went to the ground.
That's true. Yeah, that was very striking based.
No one wanted to shoot. No one wanted to.
It's weird because it's MMA, you know.
Yeah, you would have thought
you'd be trying to capitalize on everything. But
with the Pettis fight, he's really good on his feet. Why don't we try and push him and bully him into a corner? And
get
then
him on the ground, maybe
take him to the ground. But in saying that, that's easier said than done.
These are high level fighters as well. So
it doesn't. It hardly ever works out the way you want it to work.
And then the opposite is on the ground the whole time. When you're against a wrestler,
Yeah.
It's almost like,
but playing to their strengths. I thought that was really, really good by Blaydes. He played to his strengths and he controlled it.
He just dominated.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's gonna verse next. Blaydes is taking out Overeem. Blaydes is taking out.
Yeah, I saw that. Took out the Ubereem with a big elbow.
Ubereem, man.
Yeah. That doesn't happen very often.
Nah, man, that was. I still like that fight. That gash in the head was just
did a butcher job on him.
It was straight out of the ring, straight to the doctor, straight to the ambulance, and it was pretty intense. But yeah, I actually learned some new things about you while we were watching these fights. I didn't know about your fighting history.
Oh yeah, well that's something I don't really.
It's not something that you.
You don't really think about it too much.
Yeah, but I was actually quite surprised. I'm not surprised because you used to train me. Now and then again you train me and you impress me. But I didn't know how to like, what to compare that to because I haven't seen many high level fighters, right? But then you tell me that you've won a few competitions.
Yeah, I took out some titles in New Zealand Sanda back in the early 2000s. And I suppose you don't really think about it too much.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your last fight.
That's true. Did you win your last fight though?
Yeah.
So,
but it's, and I think every fighter will agree with me. It's very important to stay humble.
yes,
Because there is always someone bigger and better than you out there. And it's it must be so embarrassing. You start spouting your mouth and then you get your ass handed to you.
Yeah.
And you're, oh.
Yeah, you got to stay humble. But, it does, it's just, to me, it's quite impressive because, I don't hold any titles in any fighting or anything like that. So, but also, you're old as fuck now. So that was like,
I'm old as fuck now.
So,
my back is like, my knees are giving out.
Yeah,
on
man,
me
you might as
now.
well just retire now.
I retired 2006, mate.
No, I meant like going to a retirement village and.
Retirement. That's a bit rough.
Yeah, I know.
That's a bit rough.
I have a question. It's just kind of like a funny thought. It's like if you were in a street fight, right? What is like your ultimate move that you'd want to pull off? Just like almost like that Superman punch type of thing, off the cage stuff. What would be your ultimate move that you'd want to pull off?
Any move.
Any move.
Even if I can't do it?
Like it has to be humanly possible, but not necessarily that you can do it, if you know what I mean. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. I know exactly. Yeah. It's called Armada Dupla.
Armada Dupla.
Armada Dupla.
Okay.
Like some schools call it something like a little bit different. It's like
what genre of fighting
it's
is it
a
from?
capoeira movement.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, he's pulling up there. This is Armada.
Oh, Juju Mufu, huh?
I could actually, back in the day, I could actually do this move.
Is this Juju doing it?
I am
don't know.
Juju Mufu from TruthSututorials.com, and today I will be showing you a double leg, which is probably one of the more controversial moves because there's a lot of different ways to do it, and a lot of different things work for different people. It requires a punch and a torque, and let's see. This move is cool because, like, it looks cool. Like, that's why I like it. What happens
It's cool
is
because
basically
it looks cool.
you get in this position where you get here,
Yeah.
you jump, torque, and your legs follow
Oh,
through.
I know which
What
one you're talking
happens
about. Yeah.
is your upper body
Can we
gets
fast
far
forward a
enough
little bit?
off,
Yeah,
to
just
the
fast
actual
forward to
move?
the
This guy
actual-
and
talks
it
a
does
lot.
this over
Come on,
here.
come on.
Okay. So you get in this cute little stance.
He's kind of like us.
I
He
like to
likes
do
the
this
sound of
little,
his own voice.
Maybe.
This gay
He's an
little-
entertaining guy. I've seen some of his other stuff.
Voila.
Oh.
I could
That's double.
like, believe it or not, I used to be able to do that.
Oh, man. You need this. All right. You can stop that video now. So,
Yeah. So
Wait, just watch in slow mo.
in slow-mo. All right.
Little jog, my feet get way out in front of me, and then I pounce, I jump over and torque, and then all of a sudden my legs have to catch back up, and I just bring it through.
That is pretty
and slow
impressive, I will
motion
say.
finishes.
imagine doing that in a street fight.
Oh, my God. That would be intimidating.
How you would actually the actual where you impact somebody? I don't know. Maybe it's a stomp.
It could be a stomp or it could be just straight down the side of the neck. Just.
No, but like if you hit, you're immediate. You're just gonna.
Oh, that's true. It stops your momentum as well, wouldn't it?
Because that's happened to me.
So you would actually have to stomp, yeah. What?
Yeah.
What's happened to you? What do you mean?
Okay, so I was going for one of my first gradings in capoeiras. The first one is what they call a batizado, which means like baptism. It's nothing to do with religion. It's
But it's
basically your introduction into the world of capoeira.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where you receive your name because you get a new name in capoeira. And what happened was I was playing and I was getting really nervous because I was like, oh man, this is a big thing.
It's a big thing, yeah.
And I went for a move called a parafuso when one leg it goes one leg at a time and then the other one comes over and you
catches
and
up,
you,
yeah.
you go boop, boop, and you
Yeah.
like I don't know what it's called in Taekwondo. So I was doing a big setup for it. The guy I was playing was an instructor and he saw what was happening.
Yeah.
So when I was up midair like that, both legs are up in the air, he just comes up and he bumps my ass with his ass while I'm in midair and I just went boop,
Onto
and
the ground.
Oh no, onto this small girl.
Oh.
Yeah, there's this She was just
crushed
enjoying the game. She was like singing and getting into it, and then boom, I come crashing down on her.
Oh, that's brutal,
Yeah.
man. And then what? He landed on you after that with.
No,
Oh, no, okay.
He did it clean. He knew.
He's just
exactly.
like, you're done.
It's like, welcome.
Welcome.
You've just been baptized. Welcome.
I had this, okay, so I was
Yeah,
like,
that was sore.
the move that I would want to do, right? It's almost just like an intimidation tactic one, right? Multiple opponents kind of situation. All I'd want to do is be able to, if I'm facing off with someone, slide really quickly behind them, get him into a chokehold, and just go, shh, go to sleep. That's it. Just go to sleep. That's it. And sing them a lullaby maybe on the way down. And then
that's
I just want to see how intimidating that would be. Obviously,
I don't think you would have that much time to talk to them.
maybe.
I've
It
seen-
only takes a few seconds to choke someone out.
Yeah, it should take under 5.
Under 5. If you hold it for too long, they die. So
Yeah. I've seen it happen in like when we were working in the bars and stuff. There was a jiu-jitsu brown belt, and bit of a scuffle broke out. Oh, excuse me. And he grabbed one dude, controlled him, put him in a choker, and he was out within like
seconds.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
And
it's seconds.
So, well, works that fast. So
But yeah, that's my
it is
like.
pretty scary when they go all limp and stuff.
Yeah. I've been choked out a few times.
Yeah, it's scary when you see it on the big screen.
Yeah,
as well.
especially if they're like they know they're about to get like choked
Yeah.
out, but because they're fighters, right? And they just want to keep on pushing, and they don't tap, and then the arm just goes limp. Yeah,
Actually, that's just touching on that. Why didn't Blaydes go for that choke?
I think
The back.
I think he wanted to go for the choke, but every time he tried to go for it, I think Willis was trying to
In a
turn
weird
his-
position.
Yeah, he's trying
was
to turn his
avoiding.
hips so that he could get face to face rather than back to back.
You reckon
sorry,
it would have
front
been
to back.
safer if Willis was on his back?
No, but I think that's what he's trying to
He
do.
would have rained down that big elbow.
Yeah,
that
I don't think it would
stopped
be
the Ubering.
safer, but you wouldn't get choked out. But because like the whole time he was trying to avoid the choke, you could see because he was just controlling the arms of Blaydes. He had even at one point in time he had that really awkward
He's looking
kind of like a overhook over the elbow and controlling the wrist to stop like
Yeah.
he was kind of going for like maybe some weird arm bar kind of off the point or just trying to control it. But there's a lot of time of it he was trying to avoid the choke.
I got to give it to Willis though. He did do one, or what I saw a kimura attempt, and that was pretty cool. And but yeah, I was actually quite stunned. I was like, oh, why isn't Blaydes going for that choke? Maybe
I think it was just that awkward half and half position.
Yeah.
And if he tried to set it up, there was a chance of Willis slipping out of it and turning his hips and going,
actually, if there's any like super
jiu-jitsu.
grappler,
Yeah.
wrestler, probably a wrestler. If you guys could, if you've seen that fight and just write down your opinions
take
on that
on
and say why he didn't go for it, maybe, or something was stopping him.
Yeah,
Like, if
'cause
you
we
can
couldn't
chuck in your
quite-
opinions, that would be cool.
We couldn't quite pick why, but
Yeah,
that's my take is it's the awkward half and half position and there was a chance of him slipping out of that control.
yeah.
Or maybe there's just a chance that Blaydes is not much of a submission guy. He's more of a control where you're down and then ground and pound type of guy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that. But I want to see what other fights are coming up soon. Hey, Ninja Stitch, can you just go to my just scroll up and just press that UFC Fight Pass thing there.
What's happening with Whitaker?
Whitaker.
What's happening with that dude?
Let's just see. Let's say live events. Click on the live events. Scroll down.
It's Wonderboy, Pettis.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know which fights are coming
Muay
up at the
Thai.
moment. Yeah, we can probably watch some Muay Thai ones.
Actually, there's a Muay Thai event on next
Oh,
week.
there, Edson Barboza is the next fight night. Scroll down. That one there, Edson Barboza. That one looks kind of
How do you
interesting.
pronounce that name? Barboza versus.
And Gethy.
Okay.
Ooh,
What's their backgrounds?
I don't know their background in terms of their
Fighting styles?
Yeah, like I
thought you were the Uber fan.
I'm not an Uber fan. I'm just see, like, it's hard for me to memorize the fight styles of each.
Oh, there's so many up and comers.
So and there's so many people who are now just coming up as all-rounder MMA fighters, right? But like Barboza's been around for a while, but
actually, there's so many fighters coming from just out of the woodwork from different parts of.
Yeah, you were saying so many randomly named countries.
Peru.
Yeah.
Jesus comes from old Peru. And like there's like Romanian fighters and all that kind of stuff. Like 10 years ago, it was all, you're right, excuse me, from Brazil, Russia, America, or Japan.
Yeah. Or if you're Muay Thai,
like,
you're
Muay Thai
Dutch.
is NZ and or Dutch and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know. But there's all these like, you know, kind of obscure kind of places like.
Well, I think it's just that kind of just shows the reach that
man.
MMA has now, and
Fastest growing sport
even
on
like
the
Francis Ngannou, he's like from Cameroon.
Who?
Francis Ngannou,
He's from Cameroon.
yeah. And it's funny because he initially just wanted to go into boxing, so he could make the money, so that he could, you know, for his daughter and everything, and then he got introduced to MMA, and he realized very quickly that the money would come easier and faster in MMA, and that's how.
But does he even like MMA?
I think he likes the opportunity that it's given him, and I think he likes the physicality and everything of it. But he must, like, for you to go to that high level, you have to enjoy it on some level. You know, you can't just.
I want to do this for money. You gotta like the idea of strapping on little gloves and going to beat someone up. Or possibly
you
get
don't like the
beaten up
little
yourself.
gloves, do you?
Oh, to tell you the truth, I've never put them on. They look quite painful. I think.
Yeah,
with
there's not much. There's not much padding. Let's see. What's this highlight? Oh,
Ooh,
that is it's a pretty brutal throw.
he's quite explosive.
He is very explosive.
But is all this first round stuff?
It's a highlight reel.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it's all good to come out all explosive like that in the first
how long
round,
can
but
you
are you going to
last?
do
Yeah.
that? Oh shit! What was
I
that?
don't know. That's round 1 of 5. That was okay. That's the same stuff, and then that's in a training ring by the looks of it. Training fight, maybe.
No.
Yeah, this is round 1 of 5. The one that he's very much. Into,
Look at that!
That's nice.
Oh, wow!
He's very much into the throwing in this highlight reel.
Dumping, eh?
Yeah, is that like more wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe he's a wrestling background. Not quite though. His striking is pretty aggressive for someone who would be a wrestler. So it'd be hard to tell. Maybe he's an all rounder.
Very, very.
And that was Gethy, wasn't it? Yeah, Justin Gethy.
Just pick them up and dump them on their head.
Maybe
Why
it's
not?
I think maybe it's one of those new school versus old school things.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, he's got a pretty good.
Striking.
Yeah, he's got a good
Kicks.
leg kick. That's a pretty
Oh
solid.
wow!
Yeah, there we go.
That
Look
guy
at that.
felt it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, but these days it's so hard because everybody is all around. Like back in the day, yeah, you're either karate guy, boxer guy, or jiu-jitsu guy, or wrestling guy. And like there was a big thing between strikers and grapplers, and then there was a big thing between wrestlers and jiu-jitsu, and then there was judo made a bit of a splash.
And then the Gracies came along, and
Gracie's come along and started rear naked
everyone. Yeah,
But then the wrestlers found out how to defend it,
yeah.
and then started making counters for them.
I think the sport at the moment is in a really good place where
Yeah.
you have to be an all rounder to start making it towards the top. Like
You have to.
Yeah.
You're going into a gunfight with a knife.
exactly, yeah.
You
This
why
guy's
wouldn't you?
yeah.
So it's just you got to have knowledge in everything these days, and it makes it quite hard to pick styles. Well, actually today was a bit, you see Wonder Kid, he's a bit of
Wonderboy.
What
You can Wonder Kid, but it's Wonderboy.
Wonderboy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. If you were to start from ground zero, right? Which fighting style would you choose now? If you were to start and you had no martial arts knowledge ever again, you're starting from purely green, right? But you had the knowledge of what the current state of martial arts is, but you had no background in martial arts. What would you want to choose?
Oh, that's hard, man.
Because I know you have a love of Muay Thai.
I just want to say Muay Thai.
Yeah, I know you want to say Muay Thai. But at the same time, you have to now consider the ground games. Like, so someone who's a wrestler comes up against you. Do you reckon?
I'd probably lean towards jiu-jitsu.
You reckon jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Is it the puzzle game that you like?
I don't know. It just
Appeals to you?
I think it just appeals. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like jiu-jitsu. The only thing that I don't like in jiu-jitsu is neck cranks, mostly.
Well,
No one likes
who does like?
No
who
one
likes
likes
neck? I don't.
But I'm pretty sure my neck is still stuffed from when I got neck cranked back like 10 years ago.
Well, that's probably because you're with a meathead training partner.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, like I mean,
And-
if you get with someone really good, they're gonna if you got a high level guy, then they know not to like fully
But-
crank somebody.
Yeah, but even like
You probably
when we were doing the jiu-jitsu classes, right, I was like, because I'm a big guy, right? I'm tall, but I'm also like on the chubby side of things, right? And when I was in year 12, when I was doing MMA like for the first time, I was doing quite a few sports. I was like chubby fit-ish. So I was a big guy and amongst a bunch of other kind of small guys, because jiu-jitsu tends to be, back then at least, was the smaller guys kind of sport. Now you're getting more lanky, flexible kids coming in, right? And they're doing these crazy rubber guards and all that kind of stuff. But my one of my jiu-jitsu coaches at the time was like, you're a big guy, I'm a big guy, I'm going to use you as the test dummy, show dummy for the class. And there was like 1 week when we were just concentrating on like figure fours and arm bars and all that kind of stuff. And he's just doing it on the same arm, like back to back to back. And it was getting raw. Like my
Is it
arm
the
was...
same guy that neck cranked you?
No, not the same guy. The guy who neck cranked me was just another person in the class.
Oh.
But I think for like something like a neck crank, you should be like above a blue belt or a purple belt to start going into neck cranks. It's like they don't allow leg locks and like knee bars or anything unless you're a brown belt or above.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like almost like an international thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so easy, you can just shred someone's knee, right?
Actually, what we should do is get one of my friends on who's a Brazilian black belt, Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt.
You probably should do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Well, he's been over to Brazil. He knows their culture and stuff like. He'll probably be able to answer a lot of these questions for us.
Man,
yeah.
it'd be good to get his take on
Christian,
why.
if you're keen, well, yeah.
Definitely come on, because we also want to know why Blaydes didn't try to go for that rear naked choke, and maybe you'd be able to tell us.
Yeah.
And Billy too. Billy would be great to talk to because he has a few different specialties. He's been involved in a few different mixed martial arts.
Who's Billy?
Billy's one of our friends. He's actually doing his PhD at the moment in medicinal chemistry. But
And he's a fighter.
yeah, he competed
that.
just like on like the local circuit almost.
Taekwondo?
Yeah, Taekwondo, Aikido, and something else. But he's very serious about his fighting as well. But
He competes in MMA though.
no, he doesn't compete anymore or anything like that. I think he just competed in Taekwondo at the time. But yeah, I know you
I
don't.
think he also got kicked in the balls, but twice.
Everybody
on purpose
gets
by the
kicked
same
on the
girl.
balls.
Yeah.
Everyone gets that.
Yeah, but the difference is, so they were fighting, and the referee didn't see him get kicked in the balls twice, so he
launched
knocked
her
her backwards.
What is he fighting a girl for?
Because it's Taekwondo, I think it was just weight class based, or maybe it was a sparring session. I don't know.
It sounds like more like a sparring session.
But still, getting kicked in the nuts.
Getting kicked in the nuts is getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, I can
And
understand why.
she was doing it on purpose too.
Yeah,
Like
for
it wasn't
sure.
accidental. She did it twice on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a self-defense class.
Oh, man, those self-defense tactics can be brutally like painful. Like
Oh, I know.
the stomps and the eye gouges and
Oh,
the,
yeah, I know.
the fish hooks and the,
Oh, yeah. No, we won't go there because it's very, very painful.
the fucking, what is it that when you smack someone on each side of the ears and it busts their eardrums?
Oh,
I don't even know what that's called, but it's painful.
Showtime, I think. Showtime.
I doubt very seriously someone like me would be able to smack someone on both sides of their ears and be able to A, reach, and B, do anything.
But
of
you can
significance.
kick someone in the nuts.
And you have.
I could headbutt someone in the nuts.
This is something you need to know about Ninja Stitch, and why Ninja Stitch is actually probably a good thing. She has diamond sharp elbows, like super sharp, right? And when we first started seeing each other, right, sometimes she's a bit of a weird sleeper. She's like hallucinates and stuff, and I'd be lying on the bed next to her, and somehow with the arm that she's sleeping on, she would like elbow backwards into my ribs. Nice. So sharp. And
why don't you rear naked choke her?
I just,
UFC, buddy.
Sometimes I want to, you know.
He was tickling me one time, and I made his lip, split his lip by
She split my
accident.
lip.
Because your defense wasn't up.
No, my arms went up. But yeah, but it's also very good to just get like a massage like right in there. Like, because I've been cutting heaps of fucking carpet just for my work, and the muscle in between like my first finger and my thumb have become like really tense. So she just got that diamond sharp elbow right in there and just fucked it up.
No. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
It's pretty sharp, right?
Well, you're not really going to be striking with that part.
No, you want to hit with like the blade of
right,
yeah. But still,
Well, I'm mainly talking from a Muay Thai perspective.
But I mean, like if she put her elbow into like into the back of your neck or something, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's a good holding move, like a good way to like get a pressure point in there and just like pin somebody down.
Let's be honest, I ain't fighting anybody.
No, you don't even really like watching people fight anyway. So,
how were you watching those fights today anyway?
It's fine. I don't really like seeing violence, even if it is voluntary. But I'm okay with watching fights usually. It's not something I would go out of my way to do.
But you know how we were talking you through it, and like you know some of the tactics and stuff like that. Did that kind of change the way you looked at it? You can say no if you want to.
Zaff talks to me all the time about martial arts, particularly when he paid for one of the other fights and had a few people around. He talked me through some of the fights afterwards and beforehand so that I could understand what was happening a bit more. But still, it's not really something I
Hey, if you're not into it, you're not into it.
Yeah, it's not your thing. It's not your thing.
Yeah.
I've tried to get Ninja Stitch into martial arts for the whole time that I've known her. It's just not a thing.
It's not her thing. It's not her bag, baby.
Nah, that's fine. Yeah. But she's a violent person. I'm just
the nipple tweaking. The nipple tweaking he can't get over.
Okay.
No, yeah. That's her ultimate move. That's her finisher move.
A move we're yet to see in the UFC, but
is that legal even? No, there's no way that's legal. There's no way.
Why not?
I don't know. Like, I suppose you could do it.
You have to read the fine print, right? No, actually, no. You're not allowed to pinch. You're not allowed to pinch. I'm pretty sure. Like, I think I remember hearing something. You're not allowed to pinch or anything. Can you look that up? Are you allowed to pinch in the UFC? Because no, not specifically nipple pinching, but just like no.
What is the first result? Nipple tweaking wars. That sounds like, do you remember the Dollop podcast? How they were talking about tickling? And it was really just this guy to get two hot guys semi-naked, like tickling each other. Yeah,
tickle wrestling or something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
this is
Can
totally
someone pinch
gone.
someone in MMA fight? Can we still see, what does that forum say? Anything? Oh, let me know what you find.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know what.
I don't think pinching's allowed. You're also not allowed to like grab onto like pants and stuff like that. You know, like in jiu-jitsu, you're allowed to grab onto the gi and stuff. That doesn't translate over very well when it comes to MMA because you have no gi and they're shirtless. So,
yeah.
I think
you're not allowed gis in UFC at all.
They did in the beginning, way back in the beginning. When
but now you have to wear Reebok stuff.
No, you don't have to wear Reebok stuff, but you kind of have to.
You do.
I think you have to, yeah.
Reebok
is a sponsor. Yeah.
Just from this, it's foul tactics in MMA, and it says the ref cannot get a clear view using tactics such as nipple twisting and things like that. So that kind of makes me think that it's not allowed.
So it's like frowned upon, maybe. Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yo, if someone's like, he tweaked my nipple, I would laugh in the middle of a fight. Like, if someone's like, ref, he nipple crippled me. I'm like, he's punching you in the face, man.
Could you imagine Blaydes doing that to Willis? Oh, I was going to grab you.
He had ample opportunity.
No, never
Ample.
mind those ones. But
yeah, that looks like someone's about to take a shit. Is that a no shitting sign for that guy's?
no farting.
No farting.
I think we're getting off subject here.
Yeah, we are definitely getting.
Yeah.
No, it is foul tactics in fighting though. It's kind of on subject.
The foul tactics. Not washing or using deodorant.
Oh, actually, when I first started training,
Yeah.
when I first started training, someone did this in a
In a fight.
no, it was actually when jiu-jitsu was really small.
Yeah.
We're talking like late 90s.
Oh, fuck, you're so old. Yeah,
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
And some dude didn't like shower for like a month.
Oh,
And
that's
it was a
nasty,
part of his
man.
he wore the same gi, didn't wash his gi.
Oh.
Just nasty.
On
nasty,
purpose?
On purpose. Went into a competition and
As a tactic.
yeah, and he stunk the dude out because they're still kind of developing the rules of sport competition
It's
because
sneaky.
And
before that
you're so close that
Yeah.
it is,
They're
you can
literally-
make you throw up.
They're
Some
literally
people
in your
smell.
face. Yeah.
yeah, like and you had like yellow pit stains on his gi.
Oh,
and,
dude, that's
Hey,
and
nasty.
Do you
all
remember
that
how
kinda
we were talking
nasty
about-
shit like that? Yeah.
Do you remember how we were talking about what Zaff did the other night when I gave him my blanket because he complained that his was too pathetic? So he christened it with a fart that
Yeah.
made me throw up.
I gassed her the fuck out. Yeah.
Imagine
You guys
someone
been fighting.
farting in your face while you're like
In the fight.
in a fight.
Oh,
Yo.
nasty.
Yo, imagine
It would be
someone's
all hot and-
yo, ultimate finisher move. You have someone in a triangle and they're wriggling about a little bit, right?
Just fart,
and there's just
'cause they're
enough
trying to breathe.
There's just enough space in there,
Oh,
right? You
no.
fight them, you gas them out, they pass out, choked them out.
Done.
Right? Does that count as a choke out? I don't know. It's okay if it's like I don't know if it's illegal to fight in the UFC, but I'm just saying
Well, I mean, you can't because you're like, you
you can't help
can't
it.
help it. You
Yeah.
know? So
What?
What?
fight it.
What's a what? I mean,
Sharting. Actually dropping one in your pants to annoy or antagonize the opponent or make them want to quit the fight just to get away from you.
Well, there's a YouTube clip on that too.
Yeah, I think
there's a
someone
guy and he
shot himself.
soiled himself, and the other dude was like, "Oh, dude, I'm not wrestling you. I'm not grappling you." Two big dudes.
yeah.
And like, yeah, he just let little puddles of poo
Little
all over the
nuggets
cage.
out?
Yeah,
Oh, man, that's bad.
yeah, there it is, top one.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah, look, oh, there
oh.
it is. It started already.
Oh no.
He goes, look, I just shat myself. Sorry, I don't want to get up. I'm
Is
gonna
there
have
be a
to.
stain?
Oh, look.
Oh, yep. There's a
There
little
it is.
dribble.
Oh,
Oh, oh, it's coming out. Oh no! Don't walk it
like,
across.
get
Stay
away
in the
from
same
me.
spot, man. Don't walk this shit across the ring.
look, the ref. I'm not touching that.
Ah, bro, that'd be so embarrassing. You know what? I reckon he didn't do his prep properly. Like, you know what? Because you have to get dehydrated and everything and refeed for the fights. He probably ate the wrong thing. Maybe he ate some
I
Mexican
probably
food.
just punched him in the pooper. Like
He
he's
took
in, like,
one-
in the
That-
bowel or something.
He took one to the fart box.
Yep. Zoom in right there on this.
Bloody.
Nah, I don't think it is.
Oh, I think we
I
should.
can't tell.
Yeah.
All right. You can
Viral,
stop that now.
Viral,
That's nasty.
viral.
Wow. Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh,
Oh,
poor dude, look at
that's a mad walk of shame afterwards. No,
Oh, poor dude.
let the guy through.
But this is happened before, you know. Like,
Yeah. Wasn't it like someone who was versing, not Holly Holm, but man, who was okay at the same time that Conor McGregor was coming up? There was a female fighter coming up. What was her name? Like she was huge at the time, and she went into movies and stuff.
Ronda.
Ronda Rousey, yeah. I think
How could you not remember Ronda?
I don't know, man. I had a mad blank, but I'm pretty sure someone fighting her had a bit of an incident.
I don't know.
Maybe they
It's
pissed
first
himself
I've-
or something.
First I've heard of it.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
When you're that close to somebody,
oh,
man, and dude, let one rip or something
Dirty
accidentally
tactics,
escapes
yeah.
from the literally dirty tactics.
ugh,
Oh. But like to go in and not wash your gi for a month and not bathe and feel sorry for the person that you got to go up against. And like apparently that guy I was telling you about before, and he didn't clean himself for a month and all the rest of it. Like the match was over within like, I don't know, first 30 seconds, because the guy just couldn't stand the smell. It was that pungent and that disgusting.
it'd be
He was just
foul,
like
dude.
locked up. I was like, and just tap out. And then the guy, apparently the guy ended up winning. But we're talking like, and not like 98.
It's like a millennia ago, right?
Like, so that stuff wasn't kind of regulated.
Yeah, no, it's definitely much more regulated now.
Yeah.
Even though TJ Dillashaw had to, we didn't have to, but he forfeited or relinquished his belt recently because USADA pinged him for something. Now he's only on a 1 year, like a 1 year suspension, which is a bit unusual. For like the minor things that you get pinged for with USADA, it's usually a minimum of 2 years, unless it's one of the weird things that they have, like caffeine or Advil and or like some medications that you'd think would pass. I think they do like change the sentence or whatever you want to call it, suspension. But yeah, TJ Dillashaw, like he was meant to face off with Henry Cejudo again for that belt, and you know it was highly anticipated because Dillashaw dropped down to verse Cejudo, and you know it didn't go very well for him, but it was to kind of compete for the belt. Then Cejudo's like, we'll do it in your weight class, so he'll move up. And that was a highly anticipated rematch. You know, it would probably sell very well. And then people are like, why is it taking so long? And then it comes out that TJ Dillashaw got pinged for something, and now he's on a 1 year suspension. Now it's not necessarily like he's been taking roids or anything like that, or maybe he's taking diuretics because he was trying to cut weight for that previous match. But he got pinged for something. But if he gets cleared, obviously, I think they'll have that rematch. But I don't think that's gonna be happening for a little bit. If it's a suspension for 12 months, but that's from January, so he's already halfway. No, it's 1/3 of the way through. I would like to see that rematch though, even though it was pretty quick kind of.
What happened?
That was the one where Cejudo started laying into Dillashaw, but he was still covering up, and then the ref stopped the fight.
So you reckon it was a premature stoppage?
Yeah, a lot of people think it was a premature stoppage.
Can we see that?
Yeah, just type in Cejudo, so CEJUDO, I think.
Yeah.
Versus Dillashaw, that one there. Just is that the knockout? Just type in the knockout, unless it's a full fight available. All right, let's just see.
So it ended in a knockout.
Yeah, it was TKO, I guess.
Okay.
It's a full fight. Yes, just skip through to the end. That's So.
Oh wow! Just getting manhandled.
See, like he's back up. This is just as it's happening, and this is the stoppage there. But
I gotta.
what he's trying to say is he's trying to grapple, like he was trying to go for the takedown, and he's still covering up. It's like maybe he wasn't defending enough, because Cejudo was laying into him.
I would have to go with the ref on that one.
You reckon?
I think that was a good move.
Yeah. Well, Dillashaw was good enough about it, but
Because he was eating a lot of shots.
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I'd have to go. And like referees have been coming under fire so much, like for not stopping the fights.
Yeah.
letting them go on too long, or
not too. Then doing it early. It's like I guess they do have to look after the fighter.
yeah. I mean,
that's their job.
If the ref feels the fighter is in trouble, then that's his job. He's done his job. Unless your name is Mario, what's his name, Yamakasi or
what? Who's Mario Yamakasi? Is that the one who just?
He's a ref. He's got a terrible reputation.
Oh, really? Is he like one of the renowned worst refs in?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
In combat sports or something.
Oh, UFC. Like Dana White doesn't have too many pleasant things to say about him, but it is what it is.
Oh well.
Actually, I think there's some. That's off UFC. I think there's some MMA fights coming up this week. I know there's some Muay Thai coming up next Saturday.
Like local ones, you mean? Yeah.
So some. Yeah, should be good.
Alrighty. Well,
coming up to a close.
We'll wrap this one up. Catch us on our next episode as well, where we'll be talking about more the cultural things, media, movies, everything like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously next week we'll be covering that Edson Barboza fight if we can. We'll try our best.
I'm gonna go watch these Destiny, I think it's called Muay Thai Destiny, and that's gonna be up in Brisbane next Saturday. So
nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of young talent coming out, and like really awesome people to keep your eyes out.
Oh man,
and ears out.
I'll try to make that one if I can, as long as I'm not working. You know, I'll definitely try and make that one. Alrighty, well that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah, this is One Glove Podcast. I'm Zaff.
I'm Honor.
And that's Ninja Stitch behind the keyboard. Make sure you comment down below.
Especially any wrestlers out there that saw that fight, the Blaydes Willis fight.
Yeah.
Give us your input, man.
We just want to know. Like the video if you did like the content. Subscribe if you want to. And follow us on Instagram as well. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Always wear a glove. One love. Peace.